Welcome to another episode of The Two Alphas Talk. This time we want to talk about concealed carry. What's the best way to carry? How you should carry? Some people carry inside the waistband, outside the waistband. Some people carry ankle carry. Then you have also appendix carry.
Pockets.
And pocket carry.
Pocket carry. So if you conceal carry, that's what it means. Conceal. It means you have to cover the firearm with a garment so that it's concealed. Not that it's just covered. If you you take the garment over the firearm and you can still make out that there's a firearm underneath it, similar to this. This is not concealed carry. This is covered. So we want to conceal it. So if you had inside the waistband holster, you want to make sure that your outer garment doesn't actually print the firearm. And printing is just like, as it says, it makes an outline of where the firearm is. Mm-hmm. Some people get away and they say, oh, that's where my phone is. Nobody's going for that anymore. In this day and age with video games and different cop movies, the consultants are really good. So we're starting to see it. More people are getting information to understand when someone else is carrying, whether it's a bulge. The other thing that I see with a lot of new carriers is they touch. They want to make sure the gun's still there. Yeah. Once you holster that gun and you conceal it, it's there. Yeah,
it's not moving. Concealed carry is a lifestyle. So if you're wearing skinny jeans and you got an ankle holster on, ain't gonna work. If you're wearing these tight muscle shirts and trying to conceal carry, it ain't gonna work. So you gotta dress accordingly to how you carry. If you refuse to do that and don't want to do that, keep your gun at home. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's not for you.
And so there's certain things that law enforcement, they have telltales, what they look for. One is people touching it. One is people dropping their elbow to make sure the gun's still there. There's certain times when you walk, some people have a heavier step on that gun. So these things people look for. Those are things you want to combat by not doing those things. And they remedy themselves by practicing dry fire, dry wear. Put it in the holster and empty and move around. Make sure it's properly fit. Make sure you like where it sits on your body. Sit down in it. Stand up in it. Turn around. Lean against things. Those are things that you need to do prior to actually wearing it and being out in public.
And see, can you draw that firearm from that concealed carry position? Mm-hmm. That's including if you're going to carry off the body. For women too, if you guys carrying concealed in your purses, some women do carry on their bodies. But you make sure if you're in the seated position that you can draw that firearm safely without engaging yourself and engage the target. Make sure you can also grab that firearm, and it's always going to be accessible once you throw your hand down to actually retrieve the firearm.
We're on social media, so we see a lot of videos and people are proud of what they're doing, and we are too. One of the things that we see a lot of is people draw the firearm and they get it out, but they didn't put it into action. And what I mean by that is you can draw the gun and get it here, but can you get it out into a position where you can defend yourself with it? Just getting it up here, that's not completely a draw stroke. The draw stroke has to end with you finding your target. So if you're sitting in a car and you can get the gun right here, that's great. But now, have you practiced shooting from here? And many people don't, because they don't see the advantage of this. But as soon as you get that gun up and it's pointed in the direction that you need to fire, you need to start indexing the target.
Right, and I don't have nothing against appendix carry. I mean, more power to you. You know, I tried it. It's not for me. I just, I didn't have the proper holster, so I refused to carry that way. I carry on the outside the waistband. That's the most comfortable for me. And most guys with a little girth, they want to carry on the outside of the waistband. I carried on the inside of the waistband for a long time. I had a very comfortable holster, and I did not object to it. But I carry on the outside of the waistband because it's a little bit more accessible and a little bit more faster for me to draw that way than it is trying to go on the inside. And just less things to mess around with. But I do dress accordingly for what I carry. And I only carry 2 guns, but I dress to mask those guns. And so you won't even know I have them. I stand around, I've been talking to police officers and they're looking at me up and down, and I look right back at them up and down, but I'm armed to the teeth, so.
I'm girthy, and I also carry inside the waistband. So, but again, I've made adjustments to my clothing and also to the holster that I wear to make sure that it's always concealed. It's hidden. If I bend over, it's still hidden because I don't put it at the 5:30 or
Oh,
6
no,
o'clock.
no.
I don't do small of the back.
No.
It's right at 3 o'clock. And when I need to bend over, I'm cognizant of what's going to happen when I make that movement. Either I drop with my knees, or if I do one of these or I lean forward, it's going to be very minimal that you can tell that I have a gun on.
Spend money on a good holster. Don't be buying these cheap nylon holsters and trying to carry your weapon in, or you zip tying it to your pants. Come on.
If you got a holster with the gun, more than likely it's trash.
Yeah, throw it away, spend the money, get something good, and put it on. Like I said, he carries his gun at the 3 o'clock. I carry mine at 3 o'clock. I try not to go anything past the 3 o'clock because it's getting ridiculous. Now you're subject yourself for somebody else to take that firearm. Not unless you got a lock holster on it. And if you're going to have it way back there past the 3 o'clock with a lock holster, keep it at home.
There's other telltale signs as well. When you start looking around and you start seeing people when they have the fanny packs in 2000, more than likely, I'm sorry, 2020, more than likely you're going to see somebody, there's a firearm in there. People wearing vests.
These stupid vests. Don't be wearing these stupid vests. It's a dead giveaway you're carrying a gun.
Exactly.
You know? I mean,
with competition and practice,
wear the vest, right. But in real life, don't wear this.
You're either a photographer, on safari,
you're in Africa
or CIA.
shooting pictures. Do that, but when you carrying concealed, don't wear that. I mean, I see that, and I'm just like, he's got a gun on. Now, what type?
Exactly.
All right. We're on social media, and look us up on YouTube, The Two Alphas Talk, and we'll see you again on the range.
See you on the range, guys.
All right.